So my plumber's name is Bob. He's a great guy and really good at what he does. I mean, he should be. He's been doing it for almost 50 years. And anytime I have a plumbing problem, Bob's the one I call. Now, if I had an electrical problem or needed help with my taxes or open heart surgery, I wouldn't go to Bob. That would be stupid, because that's not what he does. Of course, this is Rush. He's actually Rush Limbaugh III. Rush talks on the radio. He's also very good at what he does. He's worth almost $1 billion. He lives here in a gated community with his fourth wife. They were just married in a lavish Palm Beach ceremony for 400 guests. I enjoy listening to Rush. He can be very entertaining. Now, he hasn't always had it easy, but when it comes to talk radio, there aren't many who have been more successful. Now, as much as I like listening to Rush, I wouldn't go to him to fix my transmission or install a window or examine results from a blood test. Just like with my plumber, that would be stupid, because that's not what Rush does. Now, among other things, Rush doesn't believe in climate change. He talks about it a lot. But Rush isn't a climate scientist. He's not any scientist at all. In fact, he actually flunked out of college. He hasn't traveled the globe to other countries taking readings or doing research or talking with other climate scientists. So if I wouldn't listen to Rush on something as simple as installing a window, why would I listen to him on something that might affect the entire planet? Just something to think about. This is Glenn. Glenn is a TV show host and a very successful author. Just like Rush and my plumber Bob, Glenn is very good at what he does. Last year he made close to $40 million. Glenn can also be very entertaining and has lots of opinions. But among other things, Glenn didn't believe in the census. He told people to boycott turning it in, that it would be a way to stick it to those people in Washington. But the census determines how much money the federal government will give to your town or community, money that will be used to pay for police and firemen and fixing that pothole that needs fixing. Not that there are any near his estate in Connecticut. The trouble is, if your community gets less money from Washington, it will have to come from somewhere else. So your property taxes will probably increase. Now, Glenn seems like a good guy, very sincere and all that, but I don't think he's offered to pay for anyone's increased taxes, has he? Just something to think about. We all know Sarah. She was the governor of Alaska. Sarah took an oath of office when she became governor, put her hand on a Bible and swore to do her job for 4 years. But then she quit because she could make a lot more money doing other stuff. And she's done it, by God. Since leaving office, she's made almost $15 million. But if someone swears to an oath and then breaks it, doesn't it make them, well, I don't know, maybe a bit of a liar? And if she can lie about one thing, well, just something to think about. Okay, now stay with me on this. This is Chairman Mao. He was the supreme dictator in communist China, and not a very nice guy. One of the things he did to get people to believe what he was saying was he controlled all of the media. Radios and newspapers, everything that people saw or heard or read. So since he controlled all of that, they started to believe what he had to say. And once they believed, a lot of really bad stuff happened. This is Rupert Murdoch. Now, you might not know him, but he's another guy who is very good at what he does. He's got an empire worth billions of dollars. Now, he's not really like Chairman Mao. He's not even Chinese. He's Australian, although his third wife is Chinese. Now, it used to be our government wouldn't let one person own too many media outlets because they didn't want us to turn into communist China. But a few years ago, our government loosened things up a bit. That meant that people like Rupert could own all kinds of things like newspapers and television and a whole lot else. So he started buying, and now he owns lots. He started the Fox network, DirecTV and MySpace. He owns newspaper and television networks all over the world. So a lot of times when you turn on the TV or search the internet or open a paper and think you're getting lots of news, what you're really getting is straight from this guy, because he owns a big part of it. And all of these guys and gals work for him, and they all make lots of money doing it. But maybe there's more to every story than the one told by one Australian billionaire. And I doubt he could fix my leaky faucet. I don't know, just something to think about.